Yo, this your boy FTF Chuck D's.
It's your boy Ted Santos.
What's going on, fam? I ain't talked to you about sports in a minute, man, so I wanted to get into a little something with this conversation.
Man.
You ready for this?
Yes, sir. You know, talking to you is like talking to Max Kellerman. It's about to get
okay,
real.
Stephen A.
It's about to get real intense. Real intense.
So earlier this year, we had a few mini predictions.
Mm-hmm.
One of those mini predictions, we were talking about the Rookie of the Year candidates.
Mm-hmm.
And we had two in particular.
Mm-hmm.
You know who they are: Anthony Edwards and Lamelo Ball.
Yes, sir.
Now, where do you think those two are at coming up, breaching into the second half of the year?
Man, you know what? Anthony Edwards actually jumped out. He's jumping out. He's coming into his own. You can definitely tell, like, I don't know if it's the veterans in the locker room that's kind of like putting their hand on his shoulder, kind of teaching him a game a little bit more. He's coming into his own. I think he definitely has a bright future. I think Lamelo Ball, like, he just having so much fun. He kind of remind me of Steph a little bit, like the way they enjoy the game in basketball. And so I think Lamelo, as far as like one in a lifetime, they both one in a lifetime players. I could definitely see that right now. But Lamelo is definitely a one in a lifetime type of player, man. He has the IQ. You know what I'm saying? He's tall, he's quick, he's agile, he can shoot it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you put him on any different team in the NBA, he can fit that playing style. I don't feel like it's the same for Anthony Edwards just yet.
I got a similar outtake on that.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my thing. With a player like Anthony Edwards and LaMelo Ball, there's one thing I will say is when I say a player is a one-in-a-lifetime player, I usually wait till their sophomore year.
Right.
Just to see how they got the flow of the game, you know, and we ain't got too many fans in these stands yet. You know, the crowd is a big factor on a lot of the stuff that the rookies and regular NBA players can do.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, you know, I'm a big Ball family fan.
Same.
I think LaMelo Ball is probably shining right now, breaking all of these rookie records, you know, and everything like that. So although Anthony Edwards is showing some great athleticism, man, I have not seen a rookie come into the league really like this in the last 5-6 years. Because every rookie that came in is a shooter, really.
Yeah.
You know, he's a scorer, and I love it.
I'm going to tell you something about him. He remind me a little bit of that Kobe mentality. Like, we're talking, like, basketball. Like, I can see him, like, you know what I'm saying? He's enjoying himself, too, but he got the killer mentality. It's a different, you could tell in his face, you know what I'm saying? He out there enjoying himself, but he definitely coming into his own. He kind of reminds me of, like,
hey, Kobe the natural born killer. Yeah. Anthony Edwards the Slayer.
Yeah.
Because he put a dunk down on the big boy, man, and I loved every second of it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You talking about a slasher on some 2K stuff? Yeah, that's definitely Anthony Edwards. You got it.
Hey,
you got your guy.
Slash with the cheesy build that can shoot as well. I don't like that.
Yeah,
but so if we was putting them up right now, let's say, you know, it was Rookie of the Year, first place, second place. Who would you give first to?
I gotta go Lamelo. You know, I watch both these people play, like both these players play very closely because I got the league pass, so I tune in a lot. And watching Lamelo, man, it's just been, you know, I thought he was gonna be good, but I didn't think he was gonna be like this good. You know, like he really.
I knew it was gonna take him a minute to actually start feeling the game of the NBA.
Yeah,
but I saw little glimpses of what he could be. You see him randomly during the games and everything. You see the little glimpses of what LaMelo can show you, that he can actually be a all-time great in this league, staying healthy and keep doing what he's doing.
Exactly.
You can see it. Taking the Hornets. The Hornets go to the playoffs, and I know it seems, you know, real.
It's not far-fetched if that's the word you're looking for.
I don't want to say far-fetched. I want to say it looks glim on them getting to the playoffs just off how it is right now. And if they get to the playoffs, we'll see what they do. Bismack Biyombo, he shines in the playoffs, so we'll see how it goes. And I know Lamelo, he can't keep getting exposed on defense like he get exposed, but
I mean, he played the
once he,
pass lanes.
yeah, the passing lanes ain't playing defense though.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Because somebody passed that ball and you don't see it, that player that you guard is past you already and he's at the rim. So once he figures that part of his game out, I think Lamelo will be one of those unstoppable players. And forget the Trae Youngs and the Luka Doncics of the league, man. You're gonna have to look at Anthony Edwards and Lamelo from now on.
Man,
because I'm in agreement with him taking that number 1 rookie of the year spot.
Bro, and this is what make this so great of a conversation is because shout out to all the rookies because they've all been doing their thing. Like this has been a really great rookie class, I would say.
And a really tough year without the fans and the endorsements and everything going like how it's going.
The way they even got drafted, all that. Shout out to Obi Toppin. He's really showing something on the Knicks. He actually helped that Knicks team out, I believe so, as well.
The Knicks have made some really good picks these past couple of years.
They have. I even like James Wiseman with the Warriors. He just he was injured for a while, but he gave me Joel Embiid glimpses sometimes. He can defend, shoot the ball. He's agile. Not to get off topic, but just shouting out all these rookie stuff.
And no rookie is to be slept on if they good. I just wanted to give out those two because I know those two is the big ones we were talking about earlier in the season.
Yeah.
And again, I told you we haven't talked in a while, but I just wanted to see what your thoughts was on those two.
Man, LaMelo is tough. That's all I got. That boy is tough, man. So let me ask you this. We talked about the rookies, you know what I'm saying? Who we think, in our opinion, should get rookie of the year so far and how they doing in this first half. Now, Lonzo LaMelo. We see this on social media all the time, right? I know Lonzo mean your guy. We love Lonzo. We love the way he play. We feel like he's very underrated as a player and very taken for granted.
I feel like he's underrated and underappreciated.
Yeah, he's taken
at this point in his career right now.
Yeah.
But let me tell you what separates the two. Defense. To me, in my mind, defense starts the games off. Because if you don't get that ball first, you stop your man from scoring, then you continue to facilitate and score the ball and do everything that you need to do like that. And Lonzo has been shooting really well this season. Also, it's not like he's just some crumb who still can't shoot. No, Lonzo worked on that shot and he perfected it now. It's really quick now. It's fast with the release. He's getting that ball out. And also, they turned him into a spot-up shooter. Lonzo, I don't feel like that's his game. That's why I feel like he's underappreciated in today's NBA. But you know what's crazy? Is I really feel like that LaMelo and Lonzo, that whole debate with them two, I feel like that shows how great they both are as young talent in the NBA. Lonzo, in my opinion, since he came in as a number 2 pick with the Lakers, super big market, super big media market, and everything like that, with a full crowd, full capacity, I feel like that weighed in on his game a lot and his confidence. LaMelo doesn't have to worry about that as much because we're in the pandemic right now, and that's nothing against him. He's still a great player, especially as a rookie right now. That he doesn't have the same crowds booing and cheering and hoorahing and things like that in the background while he's trying to play his game and develop his game.
But do you think that will affect him? I don't feel like that will affect him because he was in Australia and he had to deal with a lot of that. He had to deal with a different type of hate. Even in Lithuania, if you watch the Bar Brothers, that TV show, yeah, he had to deal with a lot of different hate.
I think he was more
developed. I feel like he was more developed.
And that's a fair assumption. And I don't feel like it affects him. I feel like it more affected Lonzo because even though he played college ball at a good level, high level, when you come to the NBA, man, you got to deal with a different type of athleticism coming up in here. So
you do.
I feel like all of the hoorah and cheering and everything like that, I feel like that affects Lonzo more because where he came in, because he had to answer a lot of questions, because he had so much hype behind his name because of LeVar hyping him and everything like that. I felt like that he had more distractions to worry about. And I feel like LaMelo don't have to deal with as much.
So here's my take on the whole Lonzo LaMelo debate. I agree with some parts of what you said. I feel like Lamelo he came into the league more developed and he was put in a better situation than what Lonzo was in. I feel like the Lakers, they gave Lonzo the keys. They wanted him to go out here and perform, but when you hearing all this stuff as a rookie, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Even in your sophomore year, like you hearing about trades and what's going on and this and this and that, it's going to affect you. That's going to happen. It's going to mess with your head. It's going to mess up team chemistry, especially with him getting drafted to the Lakers and he might not shoot the best. Like that first year, and he kept hearing that he's a bust, and people are so quick to call someone a bust nowadays because they don't make the playoffs or they not putting up 20 and fucking. I'm so sorry about that. Excuse my cuss word. 20 and 8. 20 and 8, or something like that, like some crazy stat. I just think
the scoring, I think, in people's mind is what leads players to not be a bust, and I feel like it's things that you do. A lot of things that you do don't show up on the stat sheet.
No, it don't.
Like how we held a lot of the point guards that he played with to 11 points. I mean, and you talking about elite point guards here. We're talking about Steph, Kyrie. He was holding these players to 11 points while guarding. Recently, he just held Bradley Beal, and we all know how well Bradley Beal been playing. He held Bradley Beal to 7 points and a half.
I got another crazy stat for you.
He got injured. Goes to the locker room. They switched Bradley Beal to another dude. He scored 32 points in the second half. If that, in my opinion, if that doesn't affect the team, Lonzo's defense literally when he's off the court affects a team. Although I feel like the Pelicans again, they underappreciating the man, and I feel like that he needs a bigger role on that offense, on that team.
I honestly think that if a trade was to happen today, I think that would actually benefit him more than the Pelicans.
Yeah, the
Pelicans don't know what they got. They don't know what they got.
A trade to who though? Who you think Lonzo should go to if he gets traded?
Out of the rumors or quote unquote whatever is going out there, I heard the Bulls, the Knicks, and it was one more team, but really the Bulls or the Knicks. And I think out of those two, they both would be great, fits for him. But I would love to see him on the Bulls. Him and Zach LaVine. Oh my God, that back.
I would like to see Lonzo on the Bulls. I personally don't think a trade with the Knicks would be a good fit for him.
Why?
But
why do you believe that?
I feel like that's too many young players. I feel like Lonzo's not going to thrive under that many young in that much of a young talent pool. If that's what I'm trying to get to.
Chicago got a lot of young players.
But Chicago got a couple of vets too that have played in the league for a couple of years that know what to do.
Here's my hot take, right? Because the Clippers, that was the other team I was thinking about. The Clippers is flying around out there. And if you put him on a team with Kawhi and Paul George, and those are two of the best defensive guards that we have in the league, and you add Lonzo Ball to that, and that can spread the floor, facilitate, control the pace. Oh my God. Oh my God.
That would just be nasty anyway. Lonzo with any type of superstar talent is nasty. You saw what he was doing with LeBron. When they shine, when him and LeBron shine, they really shine bright. Yeah. Them triple doubles that he was putting up with LeBron, I know he gonna get a couple of them boys playing with Kawhi and Paul George. They just gotta score the ball. Once they can get Lonzo gotta go to a team where he can actually move around. They can't have him like they got him in the Pelicans right now, playing super slow, walking up and down the court. He only getting off on fast breaks to stand for a corner three or shoot at the wing. He's not a wing player like that, even though he's developing really nice into one. Again, he's going to develop into his own very nicely. You see his 3-point percentage is steadily climbing.
That's actually my stat I was about to get to, the crazy stat I just brought up. He actually made more threes than Trae Young this year. That's crazy. You want to know why? Because if you get on social media, you listen to these sports analysts, they're saying that Lonzo's shooting he's terrible. His 3-point shot is terrible. He's still working on it, but they'll give Trae Young that's shooting worse than him, or Luka Doncic who's shooting worse than him, the credit that they don't even deserve yet. Trae Young, dude. I'm about
to say Trae Young is a splash brother in his own. He's a distant splash brother.
Trae Young definitely deserves credit, but I'm just saying, I'm proving my point that he's performing up to that par or above, and he still get put down. And it's only because, the expectations, I feel like the sports media probably thought. I heard Stephen A. Smith said LaMelo Ball is, the player that they thought Lonzo was going to be. Lonzo is pretty much putting up the same numbers right now. It just took him a little bit because he had to develop a little slower than what LaMelo did. Now that's my point.
But Lonzo is actually the exact player I thought he was going to be. Lonzo is a player who eventually was going to develop a shot, but defense always comes first, because you can eventually develop defense, but when it's the first thing to come to your game, you're already an all-star in my book. Why the sports media, as we say, are putting him so low as far as all these point guard ratings, and he's playing with some of the best defense out of every point guard in the league, including the Patrick Beverly, the flail and Patrick Beverly. All of this that we hype other players up about, Lonzo is doing on their level or better. And I feel like that's why I feel like that he's also. Now, did LaMelo come in a better player than he came in as? Of course. But is LaMelo a better player than he is now? No. Although I do think I can't wait till LaMelo sprouts and grows into his full development.
Yeah.
And what we think is going to happen for him, and I'm excited to see. Because if Lonzo grew this much in a couple of years with injuries, not being able to train, not being able to work out with all the media attention, I'm waiting to see what LaMelo does.
But I also don't think it's fair that, the media even portray like the fact that LaMelo's doing so much better than his brother, or, LaMelo and Lonzo, the comparison, this and that. Like, you don't do that with any other brothers in the NBA. You don't do that with Giannis and his brothers. You don't do that
or the Holiday brothers.
Exactly.
First of all, Kostas is an NBA champion. I don't want to hear you defame him again when you talk about Giannis.
He is. Yeah, shout out. You caught me with that one. Yeah, he is.
Shout out to Kostas.
But I'm not even talking. That's not even dissing them. I'm just saying,
That's neither here nor there, right?
It's not neither here or there. I'm just saying, we don't hear this type of talk.
Yeah, we don't hear to talk about any other brothers. The Plumlee brothers or anything in the NBA.
It shouldn't be that, because, they're two different players. They have two different mindsets, how they attack the game. And I feel like, as a younger brother, I would expect my younger brother to take things away from me and learn from my mistakes to develop and be more. So, I feel like LaMelo learned. How to,
I honestly want them on the same team.
Oh, man.
I want Lonzo to get traded to the Hornets. Let's figure it out from there. Oh man, that'd be beautiful, wouldn't it? Hopefully.
I almost agree with LeVar. That might be crucial.
That might be a problem, right?
That might be pressure. That might be pressure right there.
That'd be dope though. I love it. It'll be House of Hoops all over again, right?
You can build around that team.
Oh yes,
you can
definitely
build around that team.
what 6'6" and then the other one is 6'7"? Oh man, point guard, shooting guard, and you can develop the rest of the players. Keep Bismack Biyombo, because he can snatch 40 rebounds a game if he need to. I don't know how he does it, but he's a monster. I just never understands that. But listen, I got one more thing to ask you, man, before we cut to the next episode.
What's up?
It's been a lot of talk in the sports media, and we're becoming sports media now, right? So
yeah.
I wanted to ask you, man, who would you take, Jokic or Embid?
Respectfully, Embid. That's not. I don't even have to think about that, and I say that because how could you not? Like, it's a preference thing, of course. It's about what you want, but I look at Embid, and I think Embid can compete with the greatest of them all. Like,
yeah,
you can't overlook that. This man is doing something
defensively and offensively, right?
Man, defensively, offensively, he crashed. He take his criticism. He shows his heart in the game. You can tell he loves the game of basketball, and I feel like I love that about Embiid. And I feel like you take Embiid away from that 76ers team, they're not a big of a threat. You take Jokic away from Nuggets, they're not a bigger threat either. But Embiid is more valuable. He's more
But they
valuable.
still gonna be the Nuggets. Still gonna be a playoff team though.
Yeah, they still could
And
be.
that's been proven. That's been proven for years that
Yeah.
they'll always be a playoff team. They're well coached. Their organization is put together well. There,
Bro,
apparently, outside of Melo, the organization is put together really well. I would have to go with Embiid as well, because what I keep saying the whole episode, I've been preaching defense.
Yeah.
Jokic doesn't play any defense, and I like Jokic. I like his swagger when he's on the court. So I like almost everything about Jokic. But at the end of the day, there's no defense being played from him. You letting other bigs come in your paint and do whatever they want to do. Although you can do what you want to do on offense, you can't stop anybody. So there's no point in taking Jokic. Yeah, he's putting up MVP type caliber numbers, but so is Embiid. And Embiid is playing like 40% of the games that Jokic is playing.
Jokic will be on power forward. Now my center.
Yeah, he's slow.
He reminds me of a different breed of Tim Duncan. I love Tim Duncan, but I feel like Embiid is a hybrid. He's almost like a Shaq and Tim Duncan mixed together.
You just mixed two legends into one man that I don't think you should have mixed, man.
Why?
I don't think you should have. Hey, I don't think you should have mixed Shaq and Tim Duncan, because both of them played defense.
He played defense?
I said Embiid played defense. You said Jokic is a mixture between
Shaq I said Embiid. If I did say Jokic, that's my bad.
And if you didn't, that's my mistake. But we'll replay the tape and we'll figure out whose mistake it was.
Yeah.
I'll buy you a dinner if I'm wrong. But yeah, he's like a slimmed down version of if you want to say Tim Duncan and Shaq, I give you that. Embiid spreads that floor. He moves well. He's a little clumsy at times. Maybe he shouldn't try to dribble, but in that block, I'm taking Embiid over most centers in this league today. Man. Outside of the obvious Andre Drummond, who's gonna give me a 20-20 game almost every game. So
facts.
He's gonna average me a 20-20 season. I'm gonna be proud of him for that. I'm putting.
Oh, my fault. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. No. It wasn't important. I was just about to go into a tangent.
He's about to go off. Hey, I got one for you. I got a hot take for you. A center I really like, and I feel like that don't get enough credit too. It's two centers actually. I love Jackson Hayes, and I love Mitchell Robinson.
Jackson Hayes. Jackson Hayes is a big time sleeper. Mitchell Robinson will have to show me a little more before he can get to where Jackson Hayes is in my mind, because Jackson Hayes is a beast. In the bubble last year, Jackson Hayes really put on, man. I love watching Jackson Hayes play, man. That was amazing. He actually, in my opinion, was a better what was the kid name who played for the Brooklyn Nets with the Afro?
Oh, Jared Allen.
Jared Allen. He was a better Jared Allen. More mobile Jared Allen. I'm saying? His defense was a little lackey, but at the same time, he just was starting to get into games, man. I loved watching him play.
He can just let him get
Jackson Hayes.
Let him get some developing a few more years. He shouldn't be on that
a couple years. No, he's not going to be on that bench. He's gonna take some spots in New Orleans, and I'm gonna love it. Mitchell Robinson again. When he shows me a little more of that Jackson Hayes flair, then I'll jump on his bandwagon too. But until then,
I'm gonna cheers on these hot takes. Let's cheers. Take a sip to that.
Yep.